Hey everyone, welcome to the Mission Driven Life podcast, episode 195 of the Mission Driven Life. Glad you guys could tune in today. Glad you guys could be with me here today because I'm feeling a little sick. I don't feel good today. But I know I had a commitment to do this podcast with you, and I'm glad that you could be here. What's up, Sarah? Thank you for supporting me and thank you for being here, Sarah. Drop a comment, let me know that you're here. Because guys, today we're talking about the 21 Laws of Leadership, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, which is a great book for any leader in any level. It's a solid book on leadership and on leadership development. Now, if you want to start being a leader and you want to start learning about leadership, I encourage you to grab this book, learn about this book, study this book, go deep into this book because this book will teach you so much about leadership. Now, as we go, one sec. Welcome to the Mission Driven Life podcast, episode 195. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for tuning in because, guys, we're diving deep into the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. If you guys haven't found this book, if you guys haven't read this book, I think I have the book over here somewhere. Let me go find it and see if I have it over here because I think it's over here. It's a very great book. It's one of my favorite books on leadership, actually. So, is that book here? 21. Okay, well, it looks like that book is not here. It looks like that book is not around. It's someone has it. I know someone's been reading that book, but I know whoever's reading it is probably getting tons of value from it. Now, as you're tuning in, I want you to think of what leadership means to you and how you could start showing massive leadership in your own life. And if you want to be a leader, put a hashtag leader down into the comments. Let me know that you're watching. Let me know that you're here with me. And let me know that you're here walking with me today. Because, John Maxwell wants to walk with you and wants to walk together with you. So, look, let's tune in and talk about the law of the lid. Because the law of the lid is a really interesting thing. Before I start there, look, if you haven't donated to the Young Entrepreneurs Fund yet, this is a powerful fund where we're actually raising money for young entrepreneurs. The biggest challenge is that so many of these young people, especially troubled and aspiring entrepreneurs, they have big goals. They have big wants and big visions, but they just don't have the money. They don't have the funding. They don't have the resources. They don't have the tools to really go out there and create their mission. But we created this fund to help them build those leadership skills. Now, if you really want to support them, you're going to get 7 courses and books on leadership. You're going to get 2 warrior necklaces. You're going to also get so many different books and guides, and you're actually going to get a ticket to the Emerging Lions Bootcamp, which is a 3-day bootcamp on leadership, and this actually covers them. It actually covers them. It actually covers a lot of people, and it actually, by you donating today, it actually covers their entrance, the young person's entrance. They will actually be getting the same thing you're getting. So if you're getting the necklace, they will get the necklace. By you getting the 7 courses, they will get the 7 courses on books. So if you guys want to support, hit that link. I'm going to put the link down below. And that's where I want you guys to go tune in and to really tune into leadership and kind of what that means for you, yeah? So I'm going to put that link down below. If you guys want to donate, you don't have to. Feel free to donate if you want, and it's totally up to you whether you want to do that, yeah? So, this is what we're talking about today because, in the Law of the Lid, this is the first chapter. John Maxwell talks about this, and this basically, he says, like, everything rises and falls on leadership. Everything rises and falls on leadership. So, the main gist of this is that, like, if you're a leader at a level 2, if you're a leader at a level 2, your effectiveness will not go bigger than a level 3. It'll be only a level 1. If your leadership level is at a level 10, your leadership effectiveness will not go higher than a level 10. So let me give you a couple examples from the book and a kind of examples in my life of what this means for you, because you're probably wondering, what does this mean for me? How does the law of the lid, how can that be applied to my own life? So in this book, he talked about McDonald's, the rise to McDonald's, and there was two brothers, actually, their names Dick and Maurice. And Dick and Maurice were two brothers they had big dreams. They had big goals, they had big wants, and they lived in California. They had all these different goals, and they wanted to start up a restaurant. They want to start up a restaurant. So they did. They actually started a small restaurant there in California. And what was cool about the restaurant is that they made modifications to their business. They made changes to the restaurant business. They streamlined everything. They changed their menu. They focused on just selling hamburgers. And what they created was like, they just hyper-focused on one thing. And what they did is they created the speedy service system, where burgers at the McDonald's, where they'd go through an assembly line where they focuses on with speed. You know what I mean? They're focusing on speed. They're focusing on kitchens. They're focused on so much service, right? And the cool thing about McDonald's is that they use this speedy, fast service, and that's what drove everyone to McDonald's. Because look, food was quick. They could get in and out, and customers could be served in such a quick amount of time. In such a short amount of time, Dick and Maurice, they hit $350K in their first month. And after every year, they actually made, I think, was it $350,000? By their mid-1950s, they actually made $350,000 in the mid-1950s. And then by then, they split their profits to like $100,000 every year in growth. Wow. And look, probably back then in the United States in the 1950s, $350,000 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money for them. It's probably a lot of money for you. And I think that's going to be a couple $1 million worth of money, right? So you're probably wondering, who are these brothers, right? Who are these guys? What were they talking about? Who were they? These were the McDonald's brothers. They were guys who were ambitious. They were really good at service. They were really good at running a restaurant. And they hit the jackpot. But the thing is, the problem that they went through, and John actually talks about this as well, is that, they hit their jackpot, but they were maxed out at their leadership. They had weak leadership. Dick and Maurice, they had weak levels of leadership. They were good managers, but they weren't leaders. And in 1952, they tried to make a new system. They tried marketing the McDonald's concept, but it was a failure. They actually failed. But they actually realized they needed large leadership. They needed huge levels of leadership for it to be effective. They were good the cool thing about this is that they were good restaurant owners in the beginning. They were good at owning a restaurant. They were good restaurant owners. They knew how to run a business. They knew how to make their systems efficient. They know how to cut costs and then raise their profits. They were great business owners, right? But they weren't leaders. And John talks about this as well. But until a man entered the picture, his name is Ray Kroc. He's a man he was a salesperson who was selling all these different things. And I was watching the movie, actually. The cool thing about Ray Kroc was that he had a huge vision. His vision was massive. His vision was to change the world. And his vision was huge. But as he's seen the potential of McDonald's, right? He's seen how great of a restaurant they were. He's seen how awesome they were. And he had a huge vision. He could see the vision that he had for McDonald's is that they will go to all these different countries in the world. He had a vision that McDonald's was all over the nation. So he created the McDonald's systems. And the cool thing about this was that with Ray Kroc's leadership, he had strong leadership. His levels of leadership were massive on a high level. He was able to cast vision like any other leader. He can cast a vision. He could unite people. He could unite and recruit people. His leadership lid was high. So just like I talked about earlier, the law of the lid was high for Ray Kroc. He opened In between 1955 and 1959, they opened about 100 restaurants. 100 restaurants opened up. They opened up their restaurants. They opened all these different restaurants. There was 500 McDonald's all over the world. And in 1961, there was 2.7 million in dollars in income. So you're probably asking, like, wow, what changed, right? You know, what changed between the Dick brothers and Maurice brothers versus them? You know, what changed between, you know, what changed between them and expansion? What changed? What was different? You know, Ray Kroc had vision. He had a franchise. He had an idea for a franchise, and he believed in that vision. He'd seen the potential. You know, the Dick and Maurice brothers, they couldn't see the potential of it. Because, look, his level of leadership was massive, and they were high. But the thing was, teams that have huge goals, but they have sometimes a weak leader. Sometimes there are huge teams that have massive vision, but they have a weak leader. A leader that don't know how to lead. They have huge goals, but a leader that doesn't know how to step up. Maybe there's a leader that has a great product, but a weak leader. Maybe there's people with weak products, but a great leader. And all these different people, it includes leadership. Because you could have a great product, you could have amazing product, that's amazing. But if you don't have a leader or a CEO that had a vision, that believes in the vision, that casts the vision, that recruits and that can empower their team and equip the team, if that leader isn't on that high level of leadership, then it doesn't mean anything. What this means for you as a leader yourself and as a founder of your company, or maybe as a young leader, it's so important to have those leadership abilities when you're running your business. You know, with Ray Kroc's leadership, he increased his leadership and growth. He massively exploded their growth through leadership. And he did this through stepping up. He did this through casting vision. He did this through recruiting. He did this by taking massive action that the two brothers couldn't do. So you could have a great product, but a weak leader, and that could cause your business a lot. But if you're a great leader, and maybe you had a weak product, you would still be successful. Because I know that leader will want to make that product successful, right? And bottom line is, like, your level of expansion, your level of success for your organization is based on leadership. You know, today we had a team meeting. We're working with a couple teams, and with Warrior Leadership, our job is to build the teams for an influencer. And it's important that we have leaders in place in this team that is strong. Right now, one of our leaders is great. He has strong leadership. He takes charge. He's very assertive. He speaks up. He has a great leadership potential. And I'm watching him. He's a cool guy that I'm learning so much from being around him. And the cool thing about this is that I can see this company exploding and 10xing in the next couple months. You know, the company that we're working with right now, that we're building a team for an influencer, it's called actually the VIP Mastermind. We're going to blow up. We're about to explode the vision and help more coaches all over the world. But it all starts with the leader. And right now we have great leaders in place. And right now it looks like we're strong and we're confident. And it looks like with a strong vision and with strong leadership, you can do so much. But it only starts with the leader. Because you can have all the great things, but if your leadership is low and you don't know how to lead, you don't know how to talk to people, you don't know how to delegate, you don't know how to work to people's strengths, you don't know how to bring a team together, you don't know how to public speak. It's all good if you don't know how to public speak, but if you don't know the basics of leadership and what it means to build a team, that can hurt you. So look, if you guys haven't joined yet, hit that link below if you guys want to take advantage of that offer of donating to the Young Entrepreneurs Fund. You know, our goal is to donate and add to these young entrepreneurs, and we need you to help. We need you there to help out and to add value to them, because we need your help in there as well. If you guys want to join the Young Leaders in Action Facebook group, hit that link above. It's a free page that you can go and learn about leadership. And we're going to be diving deep into what this means for you and your leadership. And I'm gonna be diving this and making it specific for the young leader. And how this applies to a young leader is that start nailing down those leadership skills. You know, whether you take our leadership training or not, whatever happens, if you don't, you know, if you don't step into your leadership, if you don't step into your growth, and if you don't step into your expansion, and you don't step into building your team and casting your vision now, you can suffer. But you can do so much more with your organization. And if you really want to change the world, it starts with leadership. It starts with leadership, guys. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. This is the Mission Driven Life. Join the Young Leaders in Action Facebook group, or hit that link below and come donate. The young entrepreneurs need your help. So let's make this happen. Thank you for tuning in, guys. This is the Mission Driven Life.